I didn't choose this path. It was forced on me. Oh, I tried to walk away, to leave it all behind, but some scars don't heal. Some memories don't fade, and some battles can't be avoided. They think they're safe behind their walls, behind their wealth and their power. But walls crumble, power fades, and I'm coming for them. They'll try to stop me. They'll throw everything they have at me, but it won't matter. They can't hurt me anymore. Not after everything I've lost. Not after everything I've become. Do you know what it feels like to have nothing left to lose? It's liberating. It's terrifying. And it makes you unstoppable. They'll say I'm going too far, that I've crossed some invisible line between justice and vengeance. But they're hypocrites. They don't care about lines until it's their blood on the ground. They didn't care about justice when they tore my life apart. They didn't care about fairness when they took everything from me. So why should I care now? Why should I hold back? Mercy is for the weak, and I am not weak, not anymore. They'll beg for forgiveness, but forgiveness is a luxury I can't afford. Not after what they've done. Not after what they've made me into. Oh, I'll finish this. I'll burn their empires to the ground and scatter the ashes. I'll show them what true power looks like. Not the kind they hoard, but the kind that rises from the ashes of their lies. They'll remember me, not as a hero, not as a villain, but as the storm that tore through their world and left nothing standing. And when it's over, when the last echo of their screams fades into silence, I'll finally find peace, not forgiveness, not redemption, just peace. Because that's all that's left for someone like me. They still talk, still whisper, still hold on to the illusion that you can be swayed, that you can be softened, that somewhere inside, the person they once knew still exists. But you don't. That version of you died the moment you realized the truth, that the world doesn't care about fairness, that mercy is just another word for weakness, that power is the only language worth speaking. They call you ruthless, but they forget. You weren't born this way. You were made, shaped, forged in fire, hardened by betrayal, sharpened by every scar they left on you. They thought you would break, but you became unbreakable. They thought you would surrender, but you learned to fight. And now, they are the ones who flinch, the ones who fear, the ones who choke on their own words, realizing too late that they created something they cannot control. They still try to use their old tricks. Guilt, manipulation, empty apologies wrapped in false smiles. But their words are nothing to you now. Just noise. Just echoes of a past that no longer touches you. They wonder why you are like this, but they never ask the right questions. They never ask what it felt like to be cast aside, to be broken, to be left in the dark and expected to stay there. They never ask how many times you bled before you finally decided to stop bleeding for them. They want to know if you miss them, if you feel regret. But regret is a chain, and you have shattered every chain they ever placed on you. Regret is a prison, and you have burned every bridge leading back to it. You do not miss them. You do not long for what was. The past is a graveyard, and you do not visit the dead. They thought time would change you, that one day you would come crawling back. But time has only made you stronger, colder, more untouchable than ever. They wanted to see you fall. Instead, they are forced to watch you rise. And that is what haunts them the most. But lies can only hold for so long before the truth comes crashing in. And I am the truth, raw and unrelenting. I am the consequence of their actions, the shadow they tried to outrun. They thought they could bury me, silence me, erase me, but I'm still here. I'll always be here, as long as there are those who think they can play God without paying the price. Oh, they'll try to justify it, to rewrite history in their favor. They'll twist the narrative, make themselves the heroes, the saviors, the victims of a world that turned on them. But history is written in scars, in blood, in the lives they trampled to build their empires, and no matter how they spin it, the truth remains. They did this. They brought this upon themselves. So let them curse my name, let them brand me as the villain. It doesn't matter. Names are just words, and words can't touch me anymore. I've risen above their games, their petty squabbles, their endless need for validation. I've seen the bigger picture, the pattern they refuse to acknowledge. And in that pattern, there is no room for their illusions of control. They'll never admit it, but they need me. They need someone to blame, someone to fear, someone to make them feel alive in the face of their own apathy. I am their scapegoat, their warning, their reminder that the world doesn't bow to their whims. And maybe, just maybe, they'll learn something from all this. Maybe they'll see the cracks before they grow into chasms. Hear the warnings before they turn into screams. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll make the same mistakes, fall into the same traps, and call it progress all over again. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I've done my part, played my role, and now the stage is theirs. Let them dance in the ashes of their own making. Let them rebuild their broken towers. Let them believe the lie for a little longer. Because the truth is patient, and it always finds a way. Politeness. Now there's a joke if I've ever heard one. They tell you to be polite, to play nice, to follow the rules. But where has that ever gotten anyone? Politeness doesn't win battles. It doesn't topple empires or change the world. It's just another word for obedience, for submission, for letting someone else dictate the terms of your existence. And existence, it's war. A constant, unrelenting battle to survive, to thrive, to carve out your place in a world that would rather see you disappear. They'll tell you to choose peace, to seek harmony, to avoid conflict. But peace is a luxury only the powerful can afford. The rest of us, we fight claw, we burn. Burn. That's what they fear most, isn't it? That you'll set fire to their illusions, their lies, their precious little constructs. That you'll see through the fad and realize the only way to win is to destroy the game entirely. Because their game isn't meant for you to win. It's meant to keep you busy, distracted, controlled. But destruction is creation's twin, inseparable and inevitable. To build something real, something lasting, something true, you first have to tear down the old. And tearing down the old means becoming the villain in their story. The antagonist, the disruptor. They'll hate you for it. They'll vilify you, condemn you, call you every name in the book. But let them. Their hate is proof that you've shaken them, that you've challenged the comfortable lie they've built their lives around. Hate is fear in disguise, and fear is power. Power doesn't come from being liked, from being loved, from being accepted. It comes from being undeniable, from making your presence felt, from refusing to be ignored. They don't have to like you. They don't even have to understand you. They just have to know that you're there, that you're a force they can't control, a storm they can't contain. And storms don't apologize for their destruction. They don't ask for permission to exist. They don't care if they're called beautiful or terrible. They simply are. That's the kind of power you need to embody, raw, untamed, unapologetic. But that kind of power comes with a price. Freedom always does. It costs comfort, certainty, the safety of playing by the rules. But isn't that a small price to pay for the ability to write your own story, to live on your own terms?